Welcome into Blake Street Ball. I'm Tanner Schwint. Thanks for joining us in another edition of Blake Street Ball. Joining me, as always, Ben Shoemate, way over there.
Hi, it's me.
And Luke Mullins, right here. This is the guy that knows what he's talking about. Today we're talking about the second base position for the Colorado Rockies. It's been a fun spring training. I think at this point we're just mere days away from the opening day for the Colorado Rockies. And that second base position, it hasn't been officially announced that who's going to be starting there, but it's looking like there's a guy that pulled away with this competition. You knew Garrett Hampson and Ryan McMahon were going to be going into it. I'm not even going to mention Mike Tauchman because anybody knew that it wasn't going to be Tauchman going into this.
Not playing second base.
Anyhow, let's talk about it. Ryan McMahon, Luke, is just playing out of this world right now.
No, he has the highest batting average in baseball in spring training for most of spring training. He's got an on-base percentage that's like over 500. This guy has been playing insane. He's got power numbers. He's been terrific on offense. He's had some great plays on defense, too. And while Garrett Hampson has also played great.
I was just going to say that. Garrett Hampson's been outstanding, but McMahon just played out of this world.
Yeah, it's similar to what happened a couple seasons ago with Trevor Story at shortstop. So we'll see what happens, but it looks like Ryan McMahon will be the starting second baseman for the Rockies.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts so far on Hampson and McMahon?
Well, I think at this point it's almost harder to figure out who's going to be on the bench for an infielder that's for the Rockies, for an infielder that's going to take up that bench role, because Garrett Hampson, Pat Valaika has been playing awesome. He has 4 home runs this spring and a pretty high batting average to show for it. So that competition that they've had at second base, it's definitely paid off for the Rockies, because Ryan McMahon, he's probably going to be starting on opening day. He's got a 440-something batting average.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah, he hit a 466-foot home run the other day to dead center. Yeah, he deserves that starting spot, but I'm more interested to see who else is going to make the club, because Hampson, Valaika, they both deserve it.
Yeah, I think it'll probably go to Hampson rather than Valaika on that, but we'll find out. Like you mentioned, Hampson's played really, really well as well. One of my favorite calls that I've heard from spring training was Hampson hits that one out, and that's a real home run. That's not a Coors Field home run. So his pop from his bat's starting to come there. Talk about Garrett Hampson and how you think he's going to fit in on this team, say if Ryan McMahon does, in fact, get that starting job.
Well, Hampson's going to have a very interesting role, because this is a guy with a lot of versatility. He can play second base. He can play shortstop. He can play center field if you want. And that's the thing, is if we've got guys like veterans like Daniel Murphy, Ian Desmond, Charlie Blackmon. If one of them has a day off, you can slide Hampson into second, move McMahon to first, or slide Hampson into center and move Desmond to right, or take Desmond out. Well, there's a lot of options that you've got with Garrett Hampson, and he's a guy who he has on-base ability. He has a lot of speed. He's worked to get even faster this offseason.
Ridiculous.
And he's a guy who's shown some pop in spring training this year. So he's also a very young guy. So he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Now look, it's a great problem for Bud Black to have at this point, because it's a long season. Injuries are going to happen. But Ben, I want to talk about the role Bud Black has played in this, because he went to both of those guys in McMahon and Mr. Garrett Hampson and said, go get it. Whoever wants it, go get it. And he's brought the best out in both of those young men.
And I don't think that conversation was limited to just Hampson and McMahon. I think Rogers was part of that conversation. Pat Valaika was part of that conversation. And I think it brought out the best in all of them. God bless you, Tanner.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Struggling over there a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, and Bud Black, he was in the runner-up, I believe, for Coach of the Year last year. Rightfully so. He deserves to be up there. Of course, Snitker won it. He obviously deserved to win it last year. But I think Bud Black has proven he's worthy of that extension that he received. He's worthy of the position that he has, and he gets the best out of his players no matter what, and he's done it the entire time he's been a coach for whatever team.
Yeah, we're talking about the second baseman for the Colorado Rockies on opening day. It does look like it's going to be Ryan McMahon. We'll leave you with this. I got to pose this question to both of you guys. Ryan McMahon starts opening day. Who's the last guy to play second base at the end of the season for the Rockies? Do you think they stick with McMahon, or do you think Hampson takes that next step?
I think it's going to be McMahon if they start with him. The way he's been playing right now, if he keeps playing like this.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is, like we talked, they have options. They have, Brendan Rodgers. If both of them fail, or they've got Hampson, they've got even Valaika. They've got so many options there. But I think it is going to be McMahon. The way we've seen him play now. Last season, he played while Nolan Arenado was hurt for a while. That was really the only time that we saw him get extended playing time, and he hit 2 of the biggest home runs that we had all year.
Yeah.
So I think that McMahon is going to win that spot, and he's probably going to keep that spot.
How about you?
Mike Tauchman.
That'll do it for Blake Street Ball. Thanks for joining us on this edition. Stick with us. We'll have more videos coming your way before too long. Again, for Ben Shoemate, Luke Mullins, I'm Tanner Truitt. We'll talk to you soon.
Hey guys, Ben Shoemate from Blake Street Ball. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed yet, what is wrong with you? I've been trying to figure out, and there is something morally and ethically wrong with you. So to fix that problem, subscribe right here. There is a link. Also, if you want to catch more on our terrible thoughts about the Rockies, there's a video here and here. You can watch those and comment below on how wrong we are. Yeah, if you're a Dodgers fan, we will be praying for you. So we will see you next time here on Blake Street Ball.